Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. This is so exciting. We're going to be learning B'siyata D'Shmaya about the Chiyuv Kesubah, and the shir is going to be Lili Nishmas, Rav David Tzvi ben Reb Yosef, and Maris Esther bas Shmuel, and Maris Chana bas Reb Yitzchak Yona, and Rav Shmuel Pinchas ben Reb Yaakov Tzvi, Maris Chana bas Reb Meir Zeb, Rav Alexander Zusha ben Reb Yosef. The Neshama Yisrael have an Aliyah. The Rambam in the 16th paragraph of Hilchos Isha says that if there's an argument between the woman and either the ex-husband or the Yorshim, she says, when I got married I was a Basula and therefore I get 200 zuz. And the husband of the Yorshim say, no, you were a Ba'ul and you only get 100 zuz. Then, if she has no Eidim, she gets 100. But if the husband is still around, she can cause him, make him take a Shavua Satar of Moda b'miktsas, because he's Moda on the Mana. She says Masayim, he says Mana, Moda b'miktsas. Have to swear. That's what the Rambam says. The Ravid says there's no Shavua Sator here, because it's Kfiras Shibut Karkos. The Kesubah is paid with Karka. So in Mela we know the Kfiras Shibut Karkos. There's no Shavua. So the Ravid argues with the Rambam there's no Shavua here. So is Das HaRosh, Siman Aleph and Perak Beis and Kesubas. So the Maggid Mishnah answers the Kasha of the Ravid and the Rosh that how can you say there's a Shvuah, it's clear Shibut Karkos? Because we paskin that, like the Ravid holds, Halacha Hey, and we paskin that it's Kfir Shibut Karkos because Kesubah is not collected from a Taltalin. So since Kesubah is not collected from a Taltalin, it's only collected from Karka. So, it's Kfiras Shibut Karkos. So that's why the Ravid holds that it's considered Kfiras Shibut Karkos, because we paskin Kesubah ain't a nigbeis min metaltalin. Kesubah is not collected from a taltalin, it's collected from Karkos. So that's the way the Ravid holds. But since the Gonim were mitakein, as we see in Halacha Zayin in the 16th parak, that the Kesubah is collected with metaltalin, so therefore we see that it's not Kfir Shibut Karkos alone. So that's why the Rambam holds that it's not considered Kfir Shibut Karkos. Why? Because it's also collected from metaltalin. The Ravid is learning originally. Say the Ravid's right. Kesubah and nigbeis min metaltalin. But afterwards the Gonim tikkun with that it is nigbeis min metaltalin. And therefore the Rambam says that it's not considered Kfir Shibut. The Rambam holds it's not considered Kfir Shibut Karkos. That's the Rav Magid. Like a Mishnah asks in the Rav Magid, what are you talking about? It's Mefurish in the Sugin the Gemara, above Mitzian Dav Beis, Dalet Amid Beis, that a star that says slime stam and you don't know how many slime it means. The Malvis is 5 and the Levis is 3. He's not Mechuyev Shavua. Why? One answer to the Gemara is because it's Kfir Shibut Karkos. Ve'ein nishboim al Kfir Shibut Karkos, because it's a star that makes it a shibud on the karka, and memela you don't swear on that. What are we talking about there? We're talking about a chov. Midina the Gemara, you can collect a chov from a taltalin. So then why is it considered shikir shibud karkos according to the Rabbi Magid? You, the Rabbi Magid, say that by the Kesubah, since it could also be collected from a taltalin, it's not considered kfir shibud karkos. But you see by a chov that Medina the Gemara, you don't even need to kind of say, oh, Medina the Gemara could be collected from a taltalin. And yet, it's considered Kfir Shibut Karkos. So how can you say that a Kesubah is not Kfir Shibut Karkos? Because it could also be collected from a taltalin. Mitakanas Hagonim, when by a chov, the Medina the Gemara you can collect from a taltalin. It's still considered Kfir Shibut Karkos. So Chov is Kfir Shibut Karkos, even though you can collect from a taltalin. So why by Kesubah do you say, no, it's not considered Kfir Shibut Karkos because you can also collect from a taltalin. If that were so, then by the Chov you would also have a Shvuah. You don't? Because that's considered Kfir Shibut Karkos. The Kesubah should also be considered Kfir Shibut Karkos like the Ravid holds. So if she can collect from Karka. So Chaim Shmulevitz Hareinu Rosh HaYeshiva Zatzal answers as follows in his beautiful Shari Chaim in Siman and Aleph. In the Sugin the Gemara and Daf Pei Beis Amid Beis and Kesubah, it says Barishani Kosim B'Sula Masayim L'Mana Mana. In the olden days, they'd write down the B'Sula is getting 200 and the Almana is getting 100. Vayumaskinim V'lo Yunosim Noshim. The women didn't want to get married. Why not? Because they said, you can write whatever you want, I'm not going to get my money. Ad Sheba Shimon ben Shetach V'tikin Kol Nechosim Nechosav Achroim L'Ksubasa. Shimon Shetach made a takana that all the Nechosim are now responsible for the Kesubah. Now the girls are interested. You don't want to leave the poor girls, with nothing. So now they're guaranteed. So we see from this that Minadin, there was no Shibud Nechosim in the Chov of the Kesubah. And therefore, Shimon ben Shetach had to be metaken in a special takana that the Nechosim should be responsible for the Kesubah. Minadin, there was no Shibud Nechosim in the obligation of the Kesubah. And that's why Shimon Shetach had to say that the Nechosim are responsible. And that's a wonder. I don't get it. Other Chovos, there is a Shibud Nechosim. And ma pitom that by Kesubah, Me'ikar Adin, there's no Shibud Nechosim. My high? My high? My shna? Why is it any different? My shna? You need a special takon of Shimon ben Shetach to say you can collect the Kesubah from Mishubadim. Why is there in any other chov? So in the Sefer Shari Chaim, which we were Zoche B'Siyata D'Shmaya to give a shir on some time ago, this is in Siman Lamed Hey, in the Shari Chaim and Maseches Kedushin. You can listen, it's recorded for all to hear. Anybody with ears and a computer? So he says there that there's a machlokes Rishona about the Iker Toras Chiyuv Mammon. How do you see this? Let's say somebody says to his friend, I'm going to give you kach v'kach. I'm going to give you $1,000. I'm going to give you this field. And then he was koine, the Kinyan Sudar, with a star. Some say it's not effective. Because what's he being koine about? Kinyan Dvarim. What's Kinyan Dvarim? Just words. He's not koine the field. He's koine the Dvarim. How do you koine Dvarim? And some say, no, it's effective. It's not considered Kinyan Dvarim. What's the Yesod Machlokas? Is it Kinyan Dvarim? Is it not Kinyan Dvarim? So, definitely, there is a chiluk of the Chiyuv, that's Chal. When a person is mishabed himself and he's mischayev a mana to his friend from the Chiyuv that's Chal al yidei kinyan etain that I'm going to give you. There's when I'm mishabed myself, when I say that I owe you, and then there's when I say that I'm going to give you. There's a difference. The Chiyuv that's Chal al yidei shibud v'schayvus, when I'm mischayev, when I'm mishabed myself, that means that you have money by me. If I'm mishabed myself to give you money, that means that your money is by me. And that's like any other chov. Galva. Person owes somebody else money. Says, my money is by you. My money is by you. What are you holding on to my money for? But a chiyuv that is Chal al yedei etain. When I say etain, it's not pshat that your money is by me. Pshat is that I'm going to give you my money. Not I'm going to give you your money. If it's a shibud, it's chayvus, then I'm giving you your money. If it's etain, then I'm giving you my money. Big difference. So the machlokas is, he explains there, that is it shaykh to make such a chiyuv, to create such a chiyuv of etain to reshtar a sudr. Those hold that's not effective, hold there's no Torah's kinyan, there has to be chefetz of mammon, and not in a chiyuv gavra, and therefore it's like kinyan dvarim, delay mahani, it's not effective. The cholkim argue no. Since etain has a Torah's chiyuv mammon, it's not considered kinyan dvarim. It's not just words. Because etain is a chiyuv mammon. So it's chal on the mammon. Bava Basra and Av Gimel, there's a kinyan dvarim that a person's mischayev to do a pu'ula. Whereas says kinyan dvarim like that doesn't help. But here it's chal on something. Here it's chal on what he's going to give. And therefore, according to those who hold that it's not a kinyan dvarim, say that it has Torah's chiyuv mammon. Kinyan is chal. But what's important for our purposes? What's important for our purposes is to understand that the difference between chiyuv etain and a hischayvus is that etain is pshat, that I'm giving you what belongs to me. Hischayvus is that I'm giving you what belongs to you. And based on that, in the shir there, Rav Chaim explains begeder chiyuv hanaka, that even though it's begeder chov mammon, you have to give your eved gifts before when he leaves. So even though it's begeder chov mammon, and it's not stam tzedakah, nevertheless it's like chiyuv etain. Now it's not pshat that the eved has mammon by the adon. Rather, the adon has to give him a matana. And there in that shir in Siman Lamed Ein Shari Chaim is marich in this nisod. So now that we understand that, we can understand chiyuv kesubah. L'chorah, that's the geder of chiyuv kesubah. And that's how it's different than all other chovos. That the ikar chiyuv kesubah is not pshat that the woman has mamonos by the Baal. And she's saying, give me my money. The ikar chiyuv kesubah is to give her his money. Not to give her her money, to give her his money. And this is also a chiyuv mammon, that she's the Baal Din to be Tovea. She can also sell it to somebody, but Tovas Hana. But the ikar is that the Baal is giving her mammon from himself. And this works even better if we say that the Kesubah is only derabbanan. Shelo take halabein of lotzia. He shouldn't divorce her too quickly. And therefore they didn't make it a chov gomer that she has money by him. Just that he has to give her his money. And we can say that that's the reason why me'ikar adin, there's no shibud nechasim in Kesubah. Because the yesod din shibud is midin arvus. The nichseg the bar inish inun raven bay, like it says at the end of Bava Basra and Daf Kufayin Daled. That the nechasim of a person are arevim, they're guarantors for him. And the Gemara there is medamid mamish to arev. So when can you talk about arvus? Arvus is when his friend has money by him. and he has to give it. That's the arvus. What do you mean that my nechasim are orev? My nechasim are orev because you have money by me. Your money is with me. So memela, my nechasim are orevim. But when my whole chiyuv is to give you a matana, then how can you say that all my nechasim are now guarantors for this matana? If you have money by me, then my nechasim are all a guarantor to make sure that you get your money back. But if it's a matana, then how can you say that all my nechasim are guarantors that I give you this matana? Makes a lot less sense. And therefore, Shimon Shetach had to make a special takana that there's going to be achrayis nechasim in the Chiyuv Kesubah. And therefore, even this Kesubah that's a gift, Mishalo, Mishal Abal, there's still going to be arvis in the nechasim. The nechasim are still going to guarantee this atain. That's the special takana. The Shari Chaim there in a footnote, he brings that in the Ktsos. He brings the Beit Shmuel that B'kinyan etain im meis ein motzim miyorshev. Why not? Because it's not mamoni gabach. It's not that your money is by him. So kinyan etain you can't take from the yorshim. So based on what we explained, it would appear that even after the takana of Shimon ben Shetach, that all the nechasim are raven for the Kesubah. It's not begeder shibud nechasim ba'alma. It's not a regular shibud nechasim. Because we still hold by that same yisod that the woman doesn't have mamanas by the Baal. It's not pshat that the husband's holding on to the woman's money. Rather, what is it? It's a chiyuv etain that he has to give a matana, mishalo. And such a chov, there's no gather of shibud. How can you say there's a gather of a shibud if there's no chov on the money, if there's no lien on the money? Tis. So what was mischadesh? That the chiyuv to give from his own is chal, not only on his goof, but also on his mama. So there's a chiyuv to give mishelo from his mama. But it's still not hers. No, this takon of Shimon Shetach didn't make it hers. Didn't make it pshat that he's holding on to her money. He's holding on to his. And there's a shibud now. There's an obligation to give from his money to her, but it's still giving his. He has to give her this matana from all of his money, even what he sold after they got married. Everything, all his nechasim are achroim l'ksubah. So they were metaking a din gviyah from these nechasim that you collect from these nechasim. Even though there's no shibud. So how can she collect from the lekuchos? How can she collect from the lekuchos? There's no shibud. There's no lien on it. How can she collect? We said there's no. It's still his. So if it was hers, I understand how she's collecting. But how's she collecting his? So we have to say that they were metaken, that she has koach to be go as if there's a shibud on the karkos, but there's really not a shibud. There's really not a shibud on the karka because it's his karka. A shibud is shot that I have what belongs to you. But here there's no shibud. He just has to pay. He has to give this gift from his karka. So now we can come back and we can answer the Maggid Mishnah. He explains Das HaRambam that there's a Shavuos HaTorah b'Tviyah. the Kesubah, because of the Takanas HaGaonim, that you're Gova even Mimetaltalin. Remember, that was what he said. He said, listen, look at the Rambam. This Takanas Gaonim that you collect even from Metaltalin. So it's not considered Kvir Shibut Karkos. And the Lechem Mishnah said, what about Shtar Chov? That's considered Kvir Shibut Karkos, even though Medina de Gemara you can collect from Metaltalin. As opposed to Kesubah, only Matanas Hagonim you can collect from Metaltalin. So if Medina de Gemara you can collect from Metaltalin, it's still considered Kvir Shibut Karkos like a Shtar Chov, because you can collect from Karkos. Certainly Kesubah is considered Kvir Shibut Karkos. So Teretz is, so what's the Gemara talking about? The Gemara is talking about a Chov. And what's Pshat with a Chov? Pshat with a Chov is that the Malveh has Mammon by the Loveh. The Loveh is holding on to the Malveh's Mammon. Mr. Loveh, what are you doing? It's the Malveh's money. So that's Shibud Nechasim. So you're right, he can pay back with Metaltalin. But there's also a Shibud, there's a lien on his Nechasim because he's holding on to the Malveh's money. So the Gemara says that's Kvir Shibud Karkos. Aber der Magid Mishnah redt wegen Kesubah. Der Magid Mishnah midaber ala Ketubah. The Magid Mishnah is talking about Kesubah. I've just exhausted the three languages that I know any words from. Except for the little ancient French I know from Rashi. When they have Targum Loazei Rashi on the bottom. So, the Magid Mishnah is talking about Kesubah. Kesubah. Is there a lien? Is there a shibud on the karka? Meh. That's what we've just spent 21 minutes and 36 seconds saying. No. There's no Torah shibud karkos. What's the din? There's a din of gvir mi karkos. You can collect. But it's not a shibud. It's not hers. It's his. She can collect his. She can collect this matana. And therefore, denying this chov is not considered kfiris karkos. So midina de Gemara that she can only collect from karka. So the whole nidon is on gvias karka. So that's considered kfiris karkos because that's all there is to talk about. Since that's all there is to talk about, the only thing involved here is karkos. So memela there's going to be no shvuah. But after the takanas of the because it's only karka. But after the takanas of the gonim, what was takan of the gonim? That you can collect also from a metaltalin. So nimsa that the din vidvarim bein ish l'isha is also on metaltalin. So now it's not considered karkos anymore. In order for it to be karkos, it either has to be that the only thing involved is karkos, and then it's considered kfiris karkos, or there's a lien on the karka. But if you're talking about a kesubah after the kanas agonim, there's no lien on the karka. She can collect from it, but there's no lien on it, and that's not the only thing involved because she can also collect from a taltalin. Memela for the Rambam, why the Rambam says that there's a shvuah here. There's no shibud on the karka. Because on Kesubah's pshat, that he's giving her a gift. What belongs to him, not what's hers. It's very kind. They got divorced, he gives such a nice gift. You know, here sometimes these famous people, lo aleinu, lo alaf echad. People get divorced, and you know, he earned, he's this professional athlete, he earned $60 million, not only in the game, but also they have advertisements, and then he has to give his wife half, and he has to give her the house and the car and this and that. It's a whole balagan. So she should know that the gather is, if they were Jewish and it was a kesubah, that it's a gift. It's not hers. Of course, it's tov. Anyway, Gevaldik Baruch Hashem, we learned very, very beautiful Torah. And we should be zochel lilmod ulalamed lishma v'las l'kaimus kol divrei salma Torah s'biyahava. Amen v'amen. Shalom, shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.